Hey everybody, welcome back to Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous. Last episode we finished off the Ivory Sanctum over here, and yeah, we killed Xanthier Vang, we killed Jerebeth, and yeah, things are looking pretty good for us. Check our crusade, or yeah, crusade thing. The arrival of the Hell Knights, yes, the Hell Knights are waiting an audience with the commander in Drezen, right? Because I did the Order of the Nail thing, and I have Xanthier's experiments, which is gonna reduce my morale, and also removes my unit. Interesting. And that's probably not what I don't want to do that then. Oh man, I'm getting so many decrees, it's hard to keep track of. I have dragons in care. Oh, I get druidic upbringing, nice. So if I ever have dragon units, that makes them stronger. An omelet innovation. There's an interesting trophy among the quarry that the commander captured in the Ivory Sanctum, a clutch of woundworm eggs. It is common knowledge that such dragons, as a rule, are malicious by their nature, so nobody wants to hang around for the evil critters to ever be born. Citadel's cook has offered to make a giant omelet such as I've never tasted before. A feast that for all of Drezen will certainly lift the morale of the Crusaders. Oh, that's interesting. It's another morale booster. My morale is still on the maximum level, so I think that's going to be fine. I don't need it. So I'm gonna go back to Drezen and tell Earbeth that I succeeded. And also, right, I need to find Zanedra hiding in a shrine not far from Drezen. Interesting. Yeah, alright. Well, time to head back. Crap. Oh, it's Forn Autumn Haze. Oh no, is this the Kaylessa thing? Oh, crap, hold on. I don't need that right now. Let's see what happens. Forn Autumn Haze. Before you, exhausted and seated on the ground, is none other than Forn. He looks up at you as surprised. Commander, I wasn't expecting to see you here. It appears my luck hasn't run out just yet. May I ask for your help? Forn Autumn Haze, you notice a sizable amount of blood pooled by his legs. A belt is tied around one leg below the knee, but that doesn't appear to have stopped the bleeding. What are you doing here? I was tracking Kaylessa and found her lair not far from here. Again we fought, and again she was able to wound me. She is following my trail here as we speak. Okay, try and assess. Damn you, damn you, damn you. Why? My roll so bad. Survey the area? Oh, I did survey. Forn's strength has failed him at the worst possible time. He has stopped to rest in the middle of an open area where a deadly arrow may come flying from any direction, and anyone approaching him to help will likewise be in danger. Okay, approach Forn and help him. Let's see it. Uh-oh. Halt, soldier. An elf seems to have leaped out of thin air, a commanding shout hitting your ears. It's a trap. Forn is assassin of the Winter Council. Grabbing his weapon, Forn shouts out forcefully. Watch out. She's stronger and deadlier than she looks. Slay her before she kills us both. A trap? What are you talking about? His wound is just for show. He's unharmed and full of strength. His goal is to lure you in so his cronies can attack you. I bet they're hiding nearby, waiting for the right moment. Kaylessa surveys a seemingly barren landscape suspiciously. Forn chuckles coldly. An ambush? Who is lying to us? Her or our own eyes? Why would Forn want to kill me? He's a cold-blooded assassin sent by the Winter Council. That cabal of scumbags dispatches him whenever it needs an inconvenient truth covered up. And as for anyone unlucky enough to learn such truths that might sully our good people's name, well, he washes it all away with their blood. Forn mutters, his face scrunched up in contempt. Another lie. Will you ever tire of your deceit, accursed wretch? Why did you decide to intervene? You spared me? Let's say I'm repaying my debt. She gives you a stony look. Or do you think that since I'm a drow, I don't know the meaning of honor? Alright. Ooh. I mean, both of them are pretty suspicious, right? Alright, fine. I guess I believe... Do I trust in a drow? I believe Kaylessa. Forn, your deception ends here. Yeah, okay. That's... yeah. Forn rises to his feet. His movement makes it obvious his injured leg was nothing more than a ruse. That is a shame. If you had just believed me, this would have been over more quickly and less painfully. It is unlikely that my associates will grant you an easy death now. Not hiding his contempt, Forn nods in the direction of the dark elves that appeared out of the shadows. Forn, who do you really serve? Forn's voice is full of pride. I serve my people and no one else. Being an elf is not just a privilege, it's an obligation that I bear with honor, no matter how heavily it may weigh on me at times. Kaylessa's words are cold and biting. Liar. You serve a pack of unscrupulous scumbags, a clique of self-righteous schemers in order to protect their lives. You murder the innocent and then you hide behind words like duty. Forn, have you gone mad? I was tasked with keeping the secrets Kaylessa discovered from getting out. Knowing your reputation, I was certain that you would otherwise have unearthed them in short order. Therefore, I had no choice but to do this. No one is to blame for this, it's just the way things turned out. How could you ally yourself with the Drow? Are you a demon worshipper? His voice trembles tragically. I did not seek this perverted alliance, yet it was inevitable. These extreme circumstances forced me to end your life, and Amora also sought your death, so joining forces was mutually beneficial. If things were different, I would be the first to rise up against her, but it just so happens that you have suddenly become a greater threat to my nation than she is. Kaylessa is scowling, her tone acerbic. The Winter Council believes that honor is the perfect shielding against any accusations of ignominious acts. Ignominious acts? Yeah. Why did you ask for my help in your hunt for Kaylessa? I would have preferred not to have you involved in this matter and to put her to death myself. Then I wouldn't have had to kill you as well. Forn says quietly, but after my first clash with Kaylessa, I realized that I didn't have the strength. Thus I decided to use you instead, and I provided some motivation. I set up those skirmishes with the Drow so that my words would seem more plausible. I regret that I had to stoop to such baseness, but even more I regret that it was unsuccessful. Alright, can we talk this out? Shaking his head sadly, Forn says in a quiet voice, I'm afraid not, Commander, we can't. Alright, we're fine, you'll pay for your deception, Elf. Forn addresses you in a calm, somewhat sorrowful manner. I am sorry for having to do this, believe me. I take no pleasure in carrying out this order, but circumstances are stronger than our desires. Nah, crap. Oh no, that's a lot of... I'm really wounded. Okay. Okay, Kaylessa... Alright, fine. Damn you all, huh? Yeah. This sucks.
Cover me, alright?
Okay, well, Forn, see ya, bud. Okay, they're not that strong. I think I can take them. Ray of Exhaustions are super annoying, though. Okay, hold on. Can I slumber this one? No, they're immune to slumber. Man, good. Good to know. Kaylessa. You suck, Kaylessa. Drow Magus. Drow Fencer. Yeah, I guess I'll take the Drow Magus then, huh? Okay, Sela, you're also here, I guess. Yeah, you have to get in there. I have to prevent their magic casters from doing anything. That's the number one. Oh, I'm fatigued. Ah, damn you. Okay.
Retreat is not an option.
Okay. Okay, I can elemental blast them. Good to know. Okay, get Arcana Air. Kaylessa might die here. Ah, jeez.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Ah, that's terrible. She's still alive, it seems, so that's good. I guess I can cast invisibility on myself. Walk up, Olja. Oh, jeez, Regal. Taking hits, bro. Heal, Regal. Good. Skeletal Executioner. Get the Magus. Ah! Piece of crap. Try to kill the Magus, please. Regal. Man, okay, fine. Kill the Drow Fencer. Oh man, they're beefy, huh? Shockingly beefy, actually. Okay, do I have a fireball I can toss? At these guys. Yeah. You. Oh, so close, actually, so close. Alright. Good old land over here. Yeah, I guess I shoot this Magus. It's fine. Good. Oh wow, they can shoot as well. Huh. That's pretty crazy. Gotcha. Keep healing. Regal. Good. Okay, move up. Ember. Maybe you can distract them. Close. Okay. Keep slicing. Man. It's rough. Ah, jeez, that's really rough. Drow Magus, take some magic myself, please. Oh, never mind. They're immune. Should have probably read that first, huh?
You won't survive me.
Keep going. Keep healing. Regal. That was not as good as I hoped for, huh? Fencer.
The light take you!
Rigel.
For me.
Ah, damn. Not quite. Bone Shaker? Gotcha. For an autumn haze. Even in the face of death, Forn maintains his melancholic tranquility. I knew I would die like this, on the edge of the world, defending the threads of nobility that weave my race into a single glorious nation. Well, at least I do not die in vain. Whose orders are you following? He just smiles sadly. Do you think that since I'm at death's doors, I will reveal the secrets of my superiors? You're mistaken. I, and others like me, know how to make our hearts stop beating before any treacherous words can spill from our mouths. I will remain loyal until the end. Aren't you ashamed of what you did? With a mournful look, Forn says, you wouldn't understand. You are not of my people. Very well. Rest in peace. Rigel suddenly gives Forn a quick salute. Upon meeting your gaze, he calmly explains, he may have been an enemy, but I have to recognize his commitment to duty. He is a good soldier. Forn closes his eyes, and a quiet, peaceful breath escapes his lips. His chest stops heaving, and the fingers he had wrapped around his weapons go limp. There's a deep bitterness in Kaylessa's voice. He even managed to die gracefully, despite being a complete scoundrel. Alright, can I finally get an explanation of what just happened? Forn wasn't a dark hunter, he was just a hunter. He served the Winter Council, a powerful elven organization. It wants me dead because I've learned the very dark secret. That's why they sent Forn to kill me, and everyone. I could potentially have told you about it, meaning you, soldier. Tell me about yourself, the whole truth. With a weary sigh, she says in a hollow voice, I was born in Keonan, in the blessed forest of the elves. I was different back then, pure and noble, but no matter how beautiful and fair Keonan was, it had its share of injustice, cruelty, and crimes committed with impunity, and I never could stand crimes going unpunished. I joined the Sunset Wasps, a secret set of vigilantes dedicated to Calistria. By night, we would bring justice to those whom the law had failed to punish, liars, traitors, molesters, murderers. But the further we went, the more our doubts grew. We asked ourselves, how reliable was the information we were getting? Could there have been any mistakes? Alas, it was too late. The whole time we were puppets in the hands of a priestess of Discari by the name of Anamora. That monster had been toying with us, using us to kill innocents. The wasp was revealed to be a locust, and we were unmasked as criminals, outcasts. We were wanted and had nowhere to run. The only option was to bend to the knee to Anamora, who promised us protection. I was the only one who refused, but I was captured and taken by force. Then under Anamora's watchful eye, our apprenticeship began. We did dark, horrible things, bathing in violence and spite, myself included. I did them too at first. I was controlled by magic, then they broke me, and the dark fate and the curse of our people took us one by one until finally it embraced me as well. When I saw the monster I had become, I mustered what remained of my will and fled. I wanted to tell everyone the truth, tell them how we were caught in the demon's trap, let the world know about the dark fate. But Anamora's hunters, my former comrades, they came for me, and they weren't the only ones, it turned out. Tell me more about Anamora. She is a true drow, one who never was a normal elf, and even among drow, she is a dangerous monster, the deadliest of Discari's servant. Fear her. Her flesh nurses swarms of terrifying monsters, and her mind, I've learned the danger of her guile firsthand. The Winter Council, what sort of organization is it? The Winter Council is a legend, but few doubt its existence. It's said to be a clique of influential elves of Keonan, a mysterious group that watches over the interests of elvenkind, protecting them by any means necessary. Murder, espionage, blackmail. No tool is excessive for them if the reputation and honor of the elven nation are at stake. What I decided to tell the world the truth about the dark fate, the bane of our kind. I signed my own death warrant in the eyes of the Winter Council. They don't want elves to be tarnished by their association with the ignoble drow. They're too scared of being held responsible for the crimes of their dark cousins. It's better to hide this dangerous truth and destroy everyone who knows it. So what's the dark fate? It's been assumed since time immemorial that the drow are either a degenerate branch of our kind or an abhorrent of perversion, a mockery fostered by the dark gods. But the truth is that the chasm between the elves and the drow is much smaller than one might think. Any elf can become a drow, absolutely anyone. Oh, okay. Whenever an elf commits unthinkable evil, letting darkness into their heart, they may one day transform. The dark fate is a state of the soul of an unrepentant malefactor who detests the light. An elf that is no different from a drow, both in appearance and in spirit, and thus they become a drow. Okay, interesting. Kaylessa smiles mirthlessly. Her face shows the immense fatigue of the months of wandering, fighting for survival. Such cruel irony. The elves were trying so desperately to convince everyone that they have nothing to do with the drow, the most vile, horrid race in the world, and it turns out the distance between a normal elf and a drow is but a single step. I see, so what now? Now I ask one last favor of you. I still have friends left in Keonan, real friends, ones I can trust. Send a letter to Avinara, the leader of the border defenders, recount my tragic tale so it doesn't die as the Winter Council wants it to, since I won't have the chance to speak this truth myself. Because you will have to end my life now, soldier. She looks at you calmly, warily. There is neither threat nor fear in her words, only a plea for an acceptance of the inevitable. What if you can still be saved? If there's a dark fate, could there be a light fate? Maybe good deeds could heal you. With a bitter smile, Kaylessa shakes her head. A light fate. Wouldn't that be nice? But no. No such blessing exists. The road into darkness goes only one way, and I've almost reached its end. The dark impulses in my heart have been growing stronger by the day. It's been getting harder and harder to remain myself, to resist the urges. I spent all my strength. When I saw Forn dying, I almost howled in delight. I wanted to dig my nails into his face, gouge out his eyes, and mangle him and rejoice. It's not me anymore. It's the beast that I've been turned into, and it will break free very soon. These are the last minutes of the old Kaylessa's life. Please don't delay and spare me the fate of becoming a monster. Why do you seek death? The dark fate is claiming me. I can feel the malevolence and the hatred in my heart, growing fiercer with each day that passes. The memories of the crimes I was forced to commit are clouding the world before me. I refuse to tread this path any further to turn into a monster. If you have any mercy, I beg of you, kill me and end my torment. She's right. She's in pain. I can see it in her eyes. The pain can't be healed, so it will be a mercy to let her go. Very well. I'm sorry then. Goodbye, soldier. Come you bonk you with my flaming stick. There you go. Here you go. Well, that's sad. That's life, I guess. Alright, strengthening the chain of command. The war where soldiers down and defeat his attitude sinks in order to reinforce its discipline. The Commander's Staff Council must look for new solutions. The chain of command of the Crusade has been strengthened. The Staff Council requests that the Crusaders' leader attend their meeting and receive an update report. Good, good, good.
The only thing you Hell Knights are good for is killing their own. How many Hell Knights die in peacetime at the hands of their officers?
Peacetime. What's that?
Okay. Good to know they have a sense of humor in the Hell Knight Academy. Damn, why is my alchemy so bad, bro? Oh, I built the Ziggurat, House of Death. Yes, very good. I just need to... I really need to sleep, though. Oh, here we go. The hand of the Inheritor, the resonant voice of the majestic angel, rings out through the hushed streets of Drezen. You hear his words from afar. They concealed it right under our noses, and without Xanthir's notes, that incarnation of corruption, even I would not have been able to locate the barrier. Interesting. Surely the Herald of the Inheritor can rid us of this scourge. Irbeth stumbles over her words slightly. Oh, hello there. An angel bowing to a lich? That's kind of weird. It is impossible, righteous one. I cannot do it alone. But wait, I hear the steps of one who brings hope. I am the hand of the Inheritor, herald of Iomade, the Lightbringer, and I greet you, champion of Galarian. The angel in gleaming gold armor drops to one knees. Greetings, warrior of heaven. Thank you for your help at the Ivory Sanctum. I was glad to fight alongside you against our common enemy on a shared field of honor. What brings Iomade's herald here? Your deeds and exploits, champion. You have brought hope to these accursed lands. Hope that the demon invasion will finally be stopped once and for all, and I am here to aid my goddess's chosen one. What did you discuss with Irbeth? This. The angel gestures toward a symbol on the paving stone. The Ivory Sanctum held a dark secret. Directly beneath Drezen, in the bowels of the earth, there lies one more bastion of the demons, the Midnight Fane. It is a repository of a mighty rift through which the spawn of the abyss travels to Galarian. The entrance to this place is right in front of us, blocked by a barrier that is accessible only to demons. So this is where Minago fled to, and where all the demons in the city just been coming from. They can just pass through the barrier freely, but we can't, and it doesn't just stop us, it injures us too. It is much worse than that. The barrier is imbued with enormous power. An attempt to break through will trigger a magical explosion. I could protect you and the city from it, but even my powers will be insufficient to hold back the chaos and open the way. This is what disturbs me most. We cannot allow the demons to rebuild their armies and plot their next attack right below the sacred heart of the Crusade. There must be a way to break through this barrier. Doubtless there should be. Only the gods are all powerful. The deeds of all other forces can be counteracted. I think you should continue the Crusade, making sure to rightfully investigate all demonic and cultist activity. Sooner or later, we will learn how to breach the barrier without triggering an explosion. Until then, I shall stand here, watch here, and safeguard the city's peace. Oh, okay. There's a demonic seal as a big sword thing. Okay, fine. That's interesting. This is all I can help you currently, champion. Is there anything you want to ask of me? What do you think of the Sword of Valor? It has changed under the effect of my powers. The herald raises a hand. Do not fret, champion. The great relic given to the world by my lady Iomade will continue to serve you, just as it has served all people before now. The Sword of Valor has not lost its protective powers, as merely changed its design. Some might call it blasphemous, but not I, for the power that changed the banner's design was given to you by Iomade herself. It seems that I caused the Sword of Valor to change. Blood from the wound on my chest fell onto the banner, and this means this mysterious wound is a mark of valor given to you by my mistress, setting you apart from all the rest champions. Are you sure this wound is a gift from Iomade? No, I could be mistaken, unable to perceive the full truth. The Inheritor's thoughts are hidden from me, for I am but her hand. I do not test her will with my doubts, nor crave answers to my questions. I simply trust and serve. But I know that if your body had been harmed by malevolent fiends, my goddess could have extended her mercy to you and healed you. Why did the goddess bestow this wound wound on me. Because this world of yours, champion, is bleeding, and my lady's chosen one carries a crimson mark as a sign of the great suffering borne by mortal kind. The scarlet drops on your breast. They are the blood of all the martyrs and all the innocents. That is how I see it. Okay, interesting. Can you heal me, Mr. Angel? Defy my lady's will, it pains me, but I must refuse you, champion. If you are suffering from his affliction, it must be part of the inheritor's design. The pain serves to remind you of the path you must take. I see, I've heard you. Do not allow doubt and fear to enter your heart. My lady will not abandon us. Tell us about yourself and your goddess. I'll gladly answer any question. What's it like being the herald of a deity? It is a great honor and a great responsibility. The herald is not always the strongest among a deity's servants, but the herald is always one who embodies the key principles of their faith. That means I am bound to uphold the highest ideals of Iomade, righteous valor, justice, and honor. This is a tall order even for an angel, but I cannot falter in my duty even slightly. Therein lies my service to the goddess and the thousands of her faithful followers. What does herald usually do? I serve as the hand and voice of the goddess, carrying out her will and delivering her message. When her radiance is no task for me, I am occupied with the same duties as other warriors of heaven. I keep unfailing watch over the goddess's domain. I escort the souls of the faithful to Pharasma's court, and then on to their waiting afterlife. I also watch over the goddess's chosen, and when the opportunity arises, I descend into hell to engage in honest combat with the devils. It allows me to study their tactics. Okay. What is Iomade like? The herald chuckles softly. No doubt you're hoping to hear a tale of her untold divine might and the awe she elicits in those around her. Yes, this is true of the inheritor, but it is also true that she seems to be much closer understandable to you than to others, such as myself. For example, Iomade was born an ordinary person in the accursed lands of Cheliax and traveled a long road before she became the righteous queen of heaven, but she has never forgotten who she was before. I am older than my lady goddess, much older, and still I bow down before her foresight and wisdom. We immortals who spend much of our time on the outer plane can sometimes struggle to comprehend the pain, fear, and joy that mortals feel. But not Iomade, she is as human as she is divine. Okay, why is Heaven's host not aiding the Crusaders? You could have destroyed the world wound long ago. You cannot imagine how your question fills me with sorrow. My greatest desire since the day the world wound opened was to come here at the head of a light-bringing army and drive out the legions of darkness, to harry them until they were cowering in the farthest corners of the abyss. But alas, we, the first servants of the gods, are greatly restricted in what we can do. The Crusades are the mortals' battles for their own world. If I bring angelic forces here, it will become a war between heaven and the abyss. Waves of power and magic incinerating everything within sight. Armies of celestials and demons fighting in every corner of this world. The consequences would be horrific. Remember, everything you have seen up till now has been the work of only two demon lords, Discari and Baphomet. But in the abyss, there are dozens of creatures with similar powers. They are disunited and despise one another almost as much as they despise all of that is light and righteous. But be sure that they will not miss a chance to sink their teeth into heaven's throat. If all the demon lords marched into Golarion, it would be the stuff of nightmares, and it cannot be allowed to become a reality. Okay, if you can't interfere in the course of the crusade, then why are you helping me? There's permissible interference and there's crossing the line. I was permitted to create the ward stones and gift them to the Crusaders to offer my advice, and from time to time even appear on the battlefield myself to accompany several allies. This does not stray beyond the bounds of the mortal's war. I could have been summoned with equal success by a faithful cleric. Oh, I see. With the appearance here of heaven's multitudinous host and full multitudinous host in full force is another matter entirely. Alas, for now, I can only offer you this, my presence and a small troop of my loyal soldiers. Thank you for your answers. I'm here to illuminate you, champion. Okay. Well, I have to go, Farrell. My Iomada's light guide you. See ya. And zoom out. Oh, look at that. Ember's here. Some say being a kind person is hard work, that most people can't do it. Is that true? Look at the people standing next to you. Don't you want to love these people? Is it so hard to smile at them, to say a kind word, to share it with those in need? Don't you feel joy when you do something good for others? And isn't it wonderful when they do the same for you? Kindness is the easiest and most pleasant thing in the world. A crowd is gathered in the street, young and old, civilians and soldiers. Everyone is listening to the frail elf girl, captivated by her delicate voice as it rings out. And what about ungrateful assholes, huh? You do good for them and they just shit on you in return. Just don't be like them. Don't get angry at these people. They don't know what they are doing. Don't abandon them to their silliness and sins. Keep doing good, and you will see. Sooner or later, they will realize they were wrong. Sure. You should teach them about obeying the authorities and the law, not vague notions of kindness. But laws are written to make people behave well, even when they don't feel like it, aren't they? If everyone was kind, no laws would be needed. Everyone would live in peace, and no one would hurt anybody else. Depends on the law. In some places, it's lawful to have slaves. That's right. You see, laws can be evil, but kindness is always kind. In turn, it turns out that it's the most important law of all. And she keeps preaching. Okay, that's interesting. We'll all die, maybe very soon. How can we waste our short lives fighting? That's, I suppose, very true. Okay, that's cool. Oh crap. Okay, there we go. Today, Irbeth looks unusually lively. Her eyes are shining again, which you haven't seen since the Battle of the Lost Chapel. Saluting you, she stands at attention. Commander, forgive me for bothering you with a personal matter, but I just wanted to say how grateful I am to you. During the attack on Drezen, I did not exactly cover myself in glory. You had every reason to throw me out of the army or send me to the condemned, yet you supported me. You helped me regain my footing and continue to fight. You will not regret this decision, I swear. I will never again let the Crusaders down, neither by my actions, nor by my words, nor by my thoughts. I will be loyal to the Crusade to the end. I hope you will show greater self-possession in the future. Yes, Commander, right you are. Your best smiles. I've conquered my inner demons. Now I can go back to fighting the real kind. Oh, that's good. Battered spirit. Irbeth looks a bit puzzled and salutes you as the protocol demands. Commander, you have a letter from Mendev. It was sent by the Church of Iomade, but by a trusted courier from the Neurosian archives. It is sealed and signed by Inquisitor Leoder, and I was asked to deliver it to you personally, so that's what I'm doing. Alright, why do you look so puzzled? I know Inquisitor Leoder very well. His nickname is Hawkblade for a reason. He works in the field. He does not deal with paperwork. I was wondering what he was doing in Neurosian, in the archives of all places. The most dangerous things in the Inquisition can catch there are rats, not witches or cultists. On second thoughts, I don't want to know. I'm better off staying out of the Inquisition's business. Thank you, Irbeth. You can leave now. Valen salutes you and leaves. Okay. Oh, this is the Order of the Nail? Yes, Peril, Lictor, Aminos, Renth. They approach as if in military formation in lockstep, arranged so that the tallest, a white-haired elf, occupies a central position, flanked by the two other. At the same time, it does not seem that one of the three is the leader. Knight Commander Mickey Mouse. We are representative of the Hell Knights in the No Man's Land of the World Wound. Paralictor Aminos Renth from the Order of the Gate. Paralictor Lorena Tai from the Order of the Pike, and Paralictor Garen Diothan from the Order of the Pyre. After introducing themselves, all three turn to Regil in unison and gives a curt nods. The elf, Paralictor Aminos Renth, turns his gaze on you. His voice is dry and his speech is fastidiously formal. We have come to officially greet the commander of the Fifth Crusade on behalf of the coalition of the Hell Knight Orders. The Orders have been and remain fundamentally opposed to demons and demon worshippers. We will continue to act in the No Man's Land of the World Wound as an allied force to your armies. I welcome our honored guests to Drezen. Thank you, Knight Commander, and allow us to congratulate you on your victory in the battle for Drezen. Are you willing to participate in joint operations? My armies need support. That is not possible at this moment in time. The Orders are following their own plans. The majority of our forces are deployed far to the west. We are thereby helping you by drawing attention of the demon armies. Paralictor Durenja's decision to hand over a part of his force for you to command was done on his own initiative, but the other orders, and even other chapters of the Order of the Godclaw, have their own objectives. Is that all you wanted to say? One more thing. Our chapters, together with the troops led by Paralictor Durenge, intend to establish an outpost, or rather a fortified transfer point for our operations. We have found suitable ruins from the First Crusade, and we've begun making them fit for habitation. When the outpost is ready, you will be entitled as our ally to make use of the facilities for the rest and sustenance when you are making forays deeper into the wound. On that, we shall take our leave, Knight Commander. Okay, that's good. Extra outposts. Captain Harmatton, Commander, permission to report. Captain Harmatton salutes you. We are short on soldiers. Any elation from taking Drezen is long gone. We now face the harsh reality of a drawn-out war. What was sufficient for an expeditionary force won't cut it for a proper army that needs to hold the territories around Drezen and still advance forward. Now that we've dealt with the weary and replenished our officer corps, we need more troops. I suggest we write a letter to Mendev and ask Her Majesty for a new draft. It will take some time, a long time to be perfectly honest, but it's the most reliable option we have. Mendev is already giving everything it can to spare to this war. I said we ask our priests to be more active with their preaching in other lands. Let them inspire more people to volunteer. A regular draft may not be enough. We have one permanently in effect as it is. We should suggest that the crown recruit all those who lost everything in the attack on Canabras and other cities. Instead of meager state-issued meals for these orphans and homeless refugees, they'll get army rations, a pair of boots, and a spear. It's not the best solution for them, and they won't be the best soldiers for us. Still, we'll have plenty of material to sift through and forge into solid combatants. Yeah, you won't get far on sheer enthusiasm. Fortunately, we have good coin to dress it up. Everyone who's ready to fight for lofty ideals is already here. It's time to call on those who would fight for gold. And what about the troublemakers from the Wary? Do they criticize us still? Negative. Ever since you took those measures, we haven't heard a word from them. After your changes within the officer's ranks, the command staff is showing nothing but loyalty. Oh, well, that's great, huh? Let's discuss our options in further detail as you command. Sela, what's your plan? I've traversed half the world to join the Crusades, and I'm sure that there's still plenty of souls all over Golarion who would join our ranks. We just need to get through to them. Let's send priests to preach in other states, and not just any priests, but those who've been on the front lines. They'll tell everyone of the horrors they've seen here and how important it is to fight back against the Abyss. People will volunteer once they see that this is not a battle for Mendev or Sarkoris, but for all of Golarion. Do you truly believe that people learning what's happening in the World Wound will come running to volunteer? You think too highly of them. Upon hearing this preaching, most people will run in the other direction as fast as they can. Regil, what do you suggest? At present, Canabras and other cities that withstood assaults are teeming with orphans, the homeless and refugees, survivors who lost all they had. They live off the crown intent sustained by handouts. Get them to the front lines. They're not the most optimal manpower pool, but as it is unlikely they would have volunteered, but they've nothing to lose, and they'll gain an influx of recruits as well as save Mandev from having to waste funds on citizens who provide them with no benefit. You'll take advantage of those people's plight in order to bolster our ranks. The poor folks you speak of have suffered tragedy. They should be recovering and restoring their faith in life, not thrown into demon's maw. There, in your opinion, please? My advice is simple. Don't be stingy. We are practically asking people to jump into a demon's gullet. Sure, there are cooks who would do that just for some high ideals, but there are those who can be coerced by force. Nevertheless, mortals have yet to invent a better incentive than a shiny coin. If we offer the volunteers sufficiently high pay, they'll sign up in droves. Okay. We can't rely on the loyalty of mercenaries. They're eager to come and fill the pockets, but they're just as eager to abandon us once they are faced with real danger. I've seen it happen time and time again. We need true soldiers, those who can't imagine life outside the army, obey without a second thought, and if necessary, die without regret. Captain Harmington, what would you advise? For situations like this, we have direct instructions for the Queen. May her reign last forever. We should write to Neurosian and ask Her Majesty to announce a new draft in order to send reinforcements. Of course, the plan will require time, but there's no question that it'll deliver results. There's no telling how many recruits the Queens can scrape together through a regular draft. Mendev has already given us the best and most enthusiastic. It's time for the rest to do their part. Thank you, everything is clear. Alright. You know what? Regil, we'll draft the victims. Hell yeah. Very well, I'll see the plan's execution at once. Thank you, Commander. I will report on the measures we implement and their results in due time. I'll call on the council to be reconvened if we encounter any further difficulties. Yeah, okay. Alright, hold on, let me try to sleep. I would like to sleep to get my exhaustion out. Okay, oh, no more talking. Commander, unexpected reinforcements arrived, not for the Queen this time. These are volunteers. Oh, there have been an interesting incident. There's a small community in Chiliax where worship of the infernal Duke Bifrons is flourishing. His sacred animal is a fox. As soon as his worshippers learned who was heralding the crusade, members of this enclave decided a sign from their lord. They've sent an entire unit to help you. That's because I'm a fox. I'm a mouse, not a fox, okay? Okay, it sounds like they're just trying to strengthen the position of their cult to grab some glory. On the other hand, as distasteful as I find it, we don't prohibit devil worship, and they have sent some excellent fighters. We will allow them to join the army. Oh, we don't prohibit devil worship? That sounds great then. Well, that's quite unexpected, but let them join our army. We do need soldiers. As you say, Commander, the recruits will be at your disposal shortly. Hell yeah. Sounds good to me. Oh, that's the Ziggurat. That's huge. What the heck? Okay, fine. Oh, you see my Ziggurat? It's so beautiful. That's what I spent all my resources on? What the heck? Oh man, it's so beautiful. Look at the giant crystal there as well.
Move.
Oh. Well, hey peasant, what do you think of my Ziggurat? You like it? It's beautiful, I know. Alright. Oh, wow, my whole team is here. It's nice. Skeletal champion berserkers. Hey Zacharias, how you doing, bro? The Lich surveys the Ziggurat with regal dignity. Upon seeing you, he inclines his head. Not bad at all, student. It's much more spacious than my private chamber at the Lost Chapel, and yet you do not expect me to oversee the running of the palace, do you? I'm busy enough as it is. I'm engaged in constant spiritual creation as I transform your immaterial being. Without my efforts, the powers of death will simply snuff you out in the blink of an eye. Now I shall produce a creature, the Pillar of Skulls, that will see to the more mundane affairs of the Lord of Death. Arrange for everything I need to be delivered. We shall not waste time. While you take care of urgent matters, I can finally return to my engaging conversation with the old elf, a story collector. He promised to divulge the finer details of weaving the traditional curses of Tianjia. Is the storyteller a friend of yours? Zacharias snorts loudly. I have no need for friends, but the elf is wise and quite knowledgeable. He's also old, which is a great riddle in of itself. I would never encounter any long-lived of his kind and who are like him. So far, he has been useful. I gladly absorb his knowledge in exchange for my stories and worthless rubbish. It is quite a bargain. Are you pleased with the Ziggurat? What do you think of my leadership of the crusade? The Lich's voice is dry, but not completely devoid of approval. Let us say that mob of dim-witted crusaders no longer seem as hopeless as when I was alive. You were the only one strong-willed enough to rally them and compel them to act. Just do not consider it a worthy feat. When you discover immortality, you will understand these toy soldiers mean less than nothing. I want to know more about you. What exactly would you know? My feats are sung in legend. Surely every crusader knows of them. Life beyond death has been a tedious term of imprisonment in this fortress, surrounded by foolish and maddening demons. My only occupation here has been observing the crusaders retreat, further and further, losing city after city. The day those vacant mortals gave up Drezen, I stopped calling myself a crusader and began to despise them. But now I'm about to discover freedom once more by granting you power and breaking free from the oaths that bound me. You're considered a hero. How did you become undead? Grinding his teeth, the Lich answers, I was no hero, but a talented fool who struck off to the crusade to entertain his pride. I adored the praise of the murmuring mediocrities. How flattered I was when the heap of stone on a mountainside was given into my care. They told us our struggle was important. Such folly. As I sat trapped here, I realized I had wasted my powers, my time, and my talents in their battles. I believe the tales of good and right must be protected, but even in the kingdom of good, there are those who wield power and those who obey. All these wars are merely an attempt to hold on to power. It matters not whose. Never again shall I wage war for anyone else's power but my own. Why did you take up death magic? While I yet lived, I often thought how superior were the undead compared to the living. The Crusader army had suffered endless defeat, while an undead army would long ago have driven the demons back to the depths of the world wound. But though the dead would be perfect warriors, they would answer to imperfect living masters. I needed a better solution. I studied vampires, but found them too ruled by passion, and thus utterly unsuitable, and then I considered a lich. A lich is the perfect undead being. It can possess fantastic power, its mind survives transformation, and it is eternal. I envisioned an army of crusaders led by immortal liches, and I grew certain of my fate. But the process of becoming a lich takes years, and it is dangerous and tiresome, and most importantly, it is only possible for one mortal in a million. Thus I began to work on a ritual that would allow any mortal to become a lich, all without decades of practicing magic, or even wielding any magic power at all. Of course, I had to keep this research a secret, but in the end I succeeded, and the day the newfound sanctuary fell, I completed the ritual and became what I am today. Okay, sure. What exactly will you grant me the power? How exactly will you grant me the power you promised? Becoming a lich is a complicated process. Most talented mages could not prepare for it if they devoted their entire lifetimes to the endeavor. It requires years to train and transform one's spirit, unless you have a brilliant mage on your side. I have invented a ritual that will allow me to prepare you myself. Alright, I'll alter your mind and soul and prepare them for the new existence. It is a complicated process. You do not expect to awaken as a master of the undead on the morrow, but by my vow you will survive the transformation. While I have devoted decades to the ritual, the process will take you a mere half a year. Okay, sure. I'm leaving. Go, student. Remember that your mundane concerns as a commander are nothing compared to our great cause. You would do well to keep your priorities straight. Okay, interesting. So I can go downstairs? There's a downstairs area? Okay, it is very spacious. You know, when I ordered my crusaders to build this temple, were they ever like, hey, what the heck is the commander going to use this for? You know? like this is a lot of space that we have here. Sitting around. One of the officers has been bringing recruits to the prison so that they would fight weakened captives and kill them. He wanted to prepare the newcomers for their first battle, but unfortunately during one of the training sessions when the soldiers got killed and everything came to light. I don't when do I okay. Well, I guess I'm evil, so yeah, let's approve this method of training. Yeah, see what happens. Because of these practice battles, soldiers will go into their first battle ready to take someone's life. This experience paid for with the blood of others will save the lives of recruits. Yes, of course. I agree. Decrees, Pillar of Skulls, here we go. Logistics 30, it's only 10 days. Every palace needs an attentive, diligent seneschal. In the commander's absence, Ziggurat business will be taken over by the Pillar of Skulls, a wonderful necromantic piece of work that Zacharias is ready to create for his disciple. Provided with necessary resources, the Lich will present the commander a new devoted assistant. Alright, sure, issue that decree. Sounds good. Help of the Nail is coming in, so I guess some Hell Knights soon. Oh, that's it then? Okay, sure. Oh, wait.
I do what I must.
Kiato, hey. What have I done? Oh, Erastel, what should I do? Oh, the young priest is curled into a ball and tears are streaming down his cheeks. What's that? How could it? It's my fault. Zanedra, what is she going to do to me? What's going on here? Kiato answers to his sobs. It's all Zanedra. She's evil. She came here at one night, trying to torture me, demanded that I let her into the crypt under the temple. She has desecrated the holy place, the place where Delamere, the blessed, lies, and her relics. Zanedra said that her friends would be coming here, and then she would place a curse on me. If I allow anyone other than the servants of Baphomet into the crypt without her permission, a brood of rats will appear in my stomach, and they will gnaw me from the inside out. But I want to live. I'm no warrior. I'm a humble shepherd, and I never said a word to anyone. Zanedra showed up here and she had all these creatures with her. There was a peasant lad. They dragged him into the crypt. He screamed and screamed. It was terrible, and then it stopped. They killed him. Zanedra said that her sanctum had fallen and the servants of Baphomet would soon be going to the west. She said she was going to take me with her. I don't want to go. Seal sighs bitterly. Fear and mistrust have killed many worthy people. You must have been living in fear of this day for a very long time. Soon you won't have to be afraid anymore. Isn't that good? It'll hurt, but you can bear it. Fear is scarier than pain. You'll feel better without it. Alright, thanks, Amber. Diplomacy. Kiato swallows and gives a jerky nod. His voice is raspy from his sobs, but is filled with newfound determination. You're right. I can't be afraid anymore. Those filthy, evil, vile creatures need to pay. Let's kill them all. Alright, let's go, Kiato. Let's murder them. Oh, he's following me, actually. Okay. Oh god, they actually are here.
I'm gone.
Okay. Zanedra promised to take us to a safe place. Baphomet, protect your servants. Baphomet ain't here, bitch. Oh, here we go. Zanedra looks at you with alarm and irritation, but she quickly regains her composure. Her tone is threatening. So you found my little refuge then, Commander. I can't say I'm happy to see you here. We're in a bit of a hurry, and you, no doubt, plan to wreak the same mayhem you did in the Ivory Sanctum. Why don't you come back another time? And what did you do to my little Kiado? The little milksop forgot my promise, and now he thinks he's a valiant crusader? It's the funniest thing I've ever seen. It is better to kill enemies without any excessive motions methodically, but I cannot deny that when I dispatch this smirking cultist from this world, I will do so with sincere pleasure. So, what are you doing here? The woman smiles deviously. This is the temple of the horned god. You can appreciate the irony. Grubby peasants were worshipping a god with a stag's head above, while down in the crypt, I was performing masses for Baphomet, the father of minotaurs. You idiot crusaders never even considered that the enemy could be hiding in your own holy places. The place was my secret lair, the place where I enlightened those who were seeking. But now that we have destroyed our stronghold, the Ivory Sanctum, it is time for the servants of Baphomet to go west, a less dangerous location. Why didn't the temple cleric tell anyone about you? Sandra scoffs. That cowardly little pup, I came here and ordered him to obey me, and he didn't even put up a fight. I placed a curse on him, one my master taught me. If that little wimp allowed anyone but a true servant of Baphomet into the crypt, he'd be doomed to an excruciating death. It was fun watching torment of that pitiful little coward. I feel no pity for this boy. He has the heart of a traitor. Zanedra offers a haughty smile. You think you're any better? You're all the same. A pinch of terror, a drop of temptation, a little flattery, and your loyalty to your principles crumbles to dust. I can make a traitor of anyone. Oh, okay. You will not escape me this time. Haha, let's see if you're brave enough to follow me, valiant crusader. Do you have the guts to pursue me into the shrine of Baphomet, the lord of the Ivory Labyrinth? And know this, if you step over the threshold of the crypt, Kiado's death will be excruciating, and a brood of hungry rats will appear inside him, and they will chew him from the inside out. If you choose to fight me, you'll be condemning him to death. I can't kill her now. Okay, damn you. Okay, Kiado, sorry.
If you dare.
Sorry, bro, but it seems like your time is over. Farewell, Commander. I'm ready to die. May air still gird you with strength. I'm sorry I had to be this way, Kiado. You're a coward, but you're still a cool dude. Oh my god, he blew up. Oh, and became rats. Okay. Holly gave me potions with your death. That's better than most people. Oh. Oh, okay. Wow, they were just waiting for me, huh? If I knew that, I would have came in a little bit more prepared. Zanedra, Ferocious Grabbers. Yeah, shoot. Oh, Zanedra, you're dead. Wow, Zanedra, you suck ass, bro. The bloody remains of a person lies out in plain view. There are marks of the bones left by gnawing teeth, some of them human. Ah, okay. Cool. Profane depiction of a bull's head drawn in blood. Hey, it's a loot. Some loot. A diary found in a crypt. Mirror is 3 days old. Oh, that's not good. What does this do? Glory be to Lord Baphomet, Lord of the Ivory Labyrinth, unbridled consort of Lamashtu, father of the Horned Brood, connive, maul, rut, and build labyrinths of lies in his honor. This was the will of his chosen priestess, Zanedra. Okay, what does this do? Oh. Burial rites fulfill several functions. They mitigate the psychological strain of parting with the deceased, they neutralize the source of disease-causing miasmas, and they suppress the spread of cannibalistic and necrophiliac acts in a society at large. There are many ways of disposing of a corpse: burning, dissolution, harsh chemicals, ingestion by all members of the community. By far the most popular method is simply burial. A grave protects the corpse against carrion eaters, serves as a place of remembrance, proclaims the merits of the deceased, and of special importance, when all best safety measures are taken, grave burial site prevents the deceased from coming back and visiting their still living relatives. The commander examines a stone sarcophagus resting in the crypt of the temple of Erastil. It was used as a feasting table for demons until very recently. Bones are scattered across the stone top of the sarcophagus. Some are easily identified as human finger bones. A human eyeball floats unappetizingly in a clay bowl, and next to it lies a half-gnawed ribcage. Commander decides, to examine the symbols on the sarcophagus. Mickey Mouse recognizes some of the symbols used by Kelid priests. According to the symbols, this is a sarcophagus lies a priestess of Erastil, Delamere the Blessed. On the lid of the sarcophagus, the symbols from a circle the commander notices are that the seemingly solid slab is actually composed of several pieces in this spot. The hairline joins between the fragments are almost impossible to see. In Sarkoris, there existed a funeral tradition in which the priests would place magical seals, such as this, on the tombs. The symbols on the seal are threatening. I guard the eternal sleep of Delamere. Cursed be any who dare to destroy me. The commander. Ooh, I can do Arcana. Says this that the spells on the seal can probably be broken. Oh, after several attempts, Mickey Mouse manages to break through the spells plus the sarcophagus. The symbols on the stone seal begin to glow. With a click, the seal crumbles into pieces, and the lid of the sarcophagus slides open. Inside the sarcophagus lies the remains of a female archer. The bones are held together by leather armor covered in the same symbols as those on the sarcophagus, and the skeleton's hands are clutching an impressive bow made from an antler. Surprisingly, there is no unpleasant smell from the remains. The commander... Oh, I can breathe life into the old bones and summon them into service. I can get an undead archer. Holy crap. Yes. Little green flame sparks life inside the empty eye sockets and is of the once blessed Delamere. With a crunching sound, the fingers of bone clench around the bow. Her body slowly rises from a sarcophagus and takes it in the crypt with a hate-filled glance. From her gaping jaw emerges a rasp of vexation. Who has dared... Oh, wow, she has a portrait and everything. The dead priestess glares at you, green flames raging at her empty eye sockets. What have you done to me? How dare you desecrate my remains? With each word, air from her lungs whooshes out between her ribs. Oh, she sells lungs. Interesting. I understand that war demands extreme measures, but plundering a sacred tombs, we should not do this out of respect for the dead and ourselves. I have a stellar idea. How about we shove her back into the tomb and act like we never, we was never here. She is creepy as all hell. Bow before me, Delamere. Delamere's proud back slowly curves to the bow, and through gritted teeth, she says, "Yes, master." Oh, interesting. Huh, I got a new servant. Nice. Your temple has been defiled and your priest revealed to be a traitor. Delamere draws a breath like she's sniffing the air. My country, wash with corruption, demons, cities, they defiled the soul. I was right. This cleric is nothing. I want to know more about you. The dead priestess sears you with her gaze. Can it be that my glory has faded, and you do not know of Delamere the Blessed, priestess of Elastil, who carries his bow, which always flies true, or do you mock me? How do you feel in your new form? The priestess's voice trembles with rage. This is an abomination, a betrayal by Erastil. He has forsaken me. I can feel my own rot. I feel the corruption in myself. I would kill myself now, but Erastil abhors suicide, and your will has bound me like a chain. Okay. Tell me about your armor and bow. Pride suffuses Delamere's voice. These are the gifts of Erastil. He spent his spirit to me, a white stag. These days we vied for each other in stealth and speed. In noble fight, I did not eat the meat, and instead offered it to Erastil, and from the antlers and hide, I made a bow and breastplate. They saved me from brigands many times, and there were peasants who were not in favor of me. They ambushed me on my travels, but their knives could not penetrate my armor, but the arrows pierced them clean through. They say you were a great priestess. Is that true? I served Erastil faithfully. I carried out his will. I fought against the filth of cities, human hives. People should not live like that. No one should. Corruption seeps from the cities. I was the protector of villages. I guarded them against marauders, against city swindlers, against infernal strife, against too many people. I was known, feared, respected, loved. I don't have any more questions. Delamere snorts haughtily and tries to offer a harsh retort, but the words stick in her throat and turn into a harsh rasp. Okay, I have a task for you. I will obey, master, though being your slave is a torment. Alright, okay, I think I've used for you later. Sure, stay here for now. The priest is not slightly. Okay, cool. Okay. Right, Sela, want to talk to me? Sela strides boldly with you and gives you a grim look. Listen, I'm not happy to have to say this to a friend who crawled through caves with me, a friend who took Drezen with me, but, you know, I'm not one for beating around the bush. So I'll just say it, the more I see of this power of yours, the less I like it. It reeks of death and evil. I can sense these things. Are you accusing me of something? I'm trying to warn you. Even angels can succumb to corruption and temptation, let alone mortals. All of Mendev is behind you right now. All the Crusaders, basically all of Galarian, is counting on you. If this power is leading you down a path of evil, it's everyone's problem. It could be even more dangerous than the Skari and Baphomet put together. At least they're familiar foes. But if our own commander, the world's hopes, turns to darkness, this will be truly terrifying. And what are you planning to do? Leave the party? No, I'm not planning to do that. I, of all people, should believe that people can change for the better, but I can't just sit back and say nothing. Alright, I'll think about what you said. Alright, sorry for springing all this on you. It just doesn't feel right to me. Okay, interesting. So, Sela might betray me then, interestingly. Well, you know what? I think that's going to do it for this episode. I'm standing here, me and my friends, next to Zacharias. We're having a good time. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed playing it. Hope to see you all next time. But until then, goodbye for now.